Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. We're going to take a quick look at Floki. And just before we do, we usually look at Bitcoin, but honestly, it's kind of depressing looking at Bitcoin right now. It's mostly just going sideways, kind of stuck on stupid at right around 61,000. And that's about the extent of it. It's kind of just testing that volume support, as well as the fact that we have a support from 61 to 62,000. So we'll kind of see here soon what's going on with that. But not much to really know. If you're new to the channel though, keep this in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, this is for educational purposes only, and the whole reason for these videos is to help educate you on becoming a better trader. That's why I have a trading community signal group, link in the description below for that if you're interested, but more importantly, we're going to take a quick look here, really just deep dive on the technical analysis so we understand more specifically what's going on the back end here for Floki. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's going on. That being said, let's take a quick look, first of all, at the one-day chart first. All right, we always look at that first, get a baseline of what's going on. I have some support levels here drawn from yesterday's chart, but keep in mind yesterday's chart was maxing out right here, pretty much right at the high. Okay, so right about 32,000 was the max. It was testing that, and eventually, obviously, broke. However, we got 2 hours left in this trading period, and we still haven't officially broke that resistance, right? Yes, it came above, and now it's pretty much right there at that point. So if it cannot close above that on the one-day candlestick, keep in mind that means that we may actually see it continue to test and reject that resistance. All right, so that's kind of where we're at there. Not really much. A lot of the traditional technical stuff that I'm going to normally look at isn't really available. I mean, we can look on the 4-hour chart. There's a bit more data available. We do have the MACD kind of showing us we had a recent convergence. Obviously, we can see that here. That's when I picked it up yesterday. And that we're above 50 and below 70 on the RSI, so it's still considered bullish, right? We're still in good bullish momentous trends. So really good situation there for Floki. All good there. Let's take a quick look at the 1-hour chart. Kind of just see what's going on here with the cloud, first of all, because this really is a good, helpful indication of roughly where we're at. Now, cool thing is the support level here, right around 27,000, held. So awesome news. So that support there from the Fibonacci effectively held the price action in place, and we can see the price kind of trying to break that resistance there. Again, getting rejected out. Part of that is from Bitcoin. It just sold off about $500. So Bitcoin comes down 1% or 0.5%, and this one essentially responds that way. However, I don't think it's going to hold it back all in all, just based on the fact that we are trying to make higher highs right now and higher lows. But technically speaking, we do have lower highs and lower lows leading into this. So it will have to break this plane in order to effectively be able to continue to break us upwards. What it could do, however, is it could continue sideways and eventually leg up. Because if you see the support level here drawn out by the Ichimoku cloud, there's a great chance that that will continue to push the price action up, because this is still essentially a bullish trend, right? The RSI is up over 50, under 70. Very good sign here for Floki. All right, so again, the general concept is bullish. Therefore, the likelihood of it continuing sideways at this support/resistance level is pretty high. Again, there's a few other factors in play, but generally speaking, that's what we're looking at here for Floki. So let's take a quick peek, I guess, at big picture and kind of see roughly what our potential is here for this guy. And we can kind of, estimate what could be a better case scenario if it were to go on another tear, another run, just say break that high and continue to progress upwards. Now, again, this is a kind of a better case scenario. I feel like month in, we might see some type of results like this. We're looking at somewhere around the range of 57.5. So 57,500 would be a resistance level for Floki if it were to continue. And basically what that just means is we're just taking the last, this set here, right? This amount. That was a bad circle, sorry. This amount and effectively recreating it up here, right? So for lack of better terms, that's approximately what we're looking to do. Okay, so we kind of want to make it it's not a 2x, it's doubling where it's at currently, right? That is doubling that growth, but it's not obviously doubling the price, okay? Because that's the good and bad thing about prices getting this high, right? You're not going to get a 5,000% gain based on an increase from a fraction of a cent up to a larger number. You've already have large numbers here, so just keep that in mind. The rate of return here, even though it's still good, is in the range of about 75%. Potential for 75%, but if you compare that again to the this increase here, which looks to be the same, that was more like 400%. Okay, so be realistic there. This is not going to 2x. The probability of 2xing this coin at this point is very unlikely. Perhaps next year or 4 years from now we might see that option, but for now, definitely not. I would say 70% would be a better case scenario, more realistic for you by month end. Okay, now is that a guarantee? No, of course not. There's no guarantees in crypto, but this does have the makings of a pretty good continuation based on the fact that it is very similar to other coins like this, the Shiba Inus, and there's a handful of others. I mean, we don't even need to name them because they're popping out left and right, and they're taking off, and they are doing some interesting things, but they're all bullish right now in the general sense of things. Dogecoin is the only one to kind of hesitate and kind of take a step back, so to speak, because, well, obviously it's more reliant on Bitcoin than these coins are right now. Okay, but these coins will get there eventually, perhaps once they get more market capitalization. Regardless, that is essentially big picture. So enough rambling for me. To summarize, I would say 57,500 is definitely a best case scenario in the next month. So by end of November, that's a likelihood. But just bear in mind, we need to get probably some consolidation here at the support level, and then we want to break above soon. We need to make sure to break this resistance though of right around 34,000, so that way we can be making higher highs and higher lows at that point, and then we should be able to see a nice turnaround from Floki. So on all, still pretty good things here. I would say I'm mostly bullish on Floki. There's no real bearish indications at this point. The sell-offs we saw recently are very normal. They're also very synonymous with Bitcoin's movement too. Like Bitcoin's literally making the exact same legs down right now, or at least it did recently. We're hoping for it to make higher highs soon. It is technically making higher highs on the 4-hour chart. Again, I'm referring to Bitcoin, but Floki is effectively looking like it's turning around as well. So again, all good things here. Just make sure, if you have a position open, set your stop loss. I would say the likelihood of the price coming any lower than 27,000 is fairly low at this point. But just know we have a strong support channel between 25,700 and 27,000 even. Okay, so hopefully you found benefit here. If you do, like and subscribe again, whatever the case is. Feel free to reference my Patreon community. We actually have a limit now of only 200 members, so it's filling up fast. Check that out in your own time, and be sure to lock in your rate before it increases next month. Either way, I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time. We'll look forward to seeing you next video. Have a good one. Take care.